Why is this not the biggest crime story in America right now?
So in our view, it has been the biggest crime story in America for the last 5 years. Since we set up YieldSec and that monitoring platform, when we first looked at this, and again, we've proven our platform and model over many years now. So we have an exercise that we do every year on the Super Bowl where, because we've seen so much data, we tell people before it takes place, this is how the audience is tracking, this is what we reckon the legal revenue is, this is what we reckon the illegal revenue is. And everybody loses their mind on social media every year and says, YieldSec must be wrong, GCI must be wrong, and this can't be true. Year, we've been proven right on the legal number because that's the one that's obviously declared and audited. When the legal number comes out 3-4 weeks after the end of the Super Bowl in late February, when that number comes out in March, we are always within 0.1% of what the number was in terms of the number of bets placed and the amount of money placed on those bets. So the platform's seen enough that its predictive analytics are really great now as well. So we can tell you, we know that the audience is tracking like this. We've seen the prevalence of advertising. This is how much is going to be left behind. Now, if we're right on the legal number, Boaz, we are right on the illegal number because it's an apples and apples methodology used to get to those answers. Okay, so the crime story in America, this is a shocking case of money that's been stolen from American commerce. All of these brands that should be making money in legal online gaming are not making the money they should. It's theft from American community. All the money that should have been paid in tax hasn't been paid. Okay, because these brands operate and don't pay any taxes and they're all based offshore. And then it's the American consumer that ultimately suffers because even though you might be getting sweet offers from these illegal brands, they are not just treating you like a customer, they are also using your data for other things. You'll find that your use of illegal gambling will lead to other things that you're now being sold, particularly financial loans and payday loans. You'll be being pushed that stuff because people see you as a high risk individual.
There's even an implication in the streaming market, as the latest Drake case implies. But before we talk about that, one thing I don't understand is in the last few years, we've had an impressive amount of legalization in the American gambling market. That's
Yes.
why things seem to have picked up so much. And so many states promise that if there's legalized gambling, then the illegals are going to go away, then the legal market's going to take over, the market's going to become clean. And yet, according to your report, the exact opposite has happened. Why is that?
So I think there's an assumption here, which was if you legalize something that has always been prohibited, if we legalize, surely the marketplace takes care of itself. The problem is crime doesn't just leave. So unregulated brands who've been there for 3 decades now in America are not simply going to roll up their tents and go away. And that same assumption I've seen the world over.